Hey everyone, Kaylee here. So today I'm showing you a tutorial on what I call the queen braid. It's a little bit of a mix between a crown braid and a milkmaid braid. It comes together really quickly. I've been wearing this especially on second day hair, and it just gets my hair up and out of the way and looking amazing really quickly. You've seen this on my Instagram a couple of times. I'm in love with it and I felt like I really had to show you guys how to get it. So let's go ahead and get started. I like to start out by creating texture on my hair with product. So I actually use a little bit of volumizing mousse, and this just adds a bit of volume and texture. I put a little bit between my hands and then very gently put it into my roots. You don't want to put too much in, obviously on dry hair, but it does help to get that extra lift and a little bit of texture. And then I use some dry shampoo, and this just gives a little bit of grip to your hair and makes braiding easier, and it's gonna make this braid look better once it's pulled apart. Also, if this is second day hair, it's a lifesaver because it keeps your hair from looking oily. Then I'm just gonna part my hair wherever I want to. You can do it on the side, in the middle, whatever you want, and then we're ready to move on. Next, you're going to make 2 pigtail braids, and I chose to do fishtail braids. So I split my section in half, and then I proceeded to fishtail braid. And when I did this, I actually took my sections under rather than over, because when you put these braids up at the end, that ends up looking better. So just make sure that every time you take your little pieces, you take them underneath your hair instead of over. And if you don't really like to fishtail braid or you don't know how, you could actually just do a normal braid here, or you could do like a 4 or 5 strand braid. You could do a snake braid. Like, you can get crazy with this if you want. But I'm just gonna braid for about 3 to 4 inches here, and then I'm going to pull this apart. I'm going to add a bit of volumizing powder because it really helps with pulling the braid apart. And I'm just sprinkling that on, and then I'm going to tap it into place. Then I'm pulling on each little piece of the braid, so each little piece of that fishtail braid until it's as big as I want it to be, and you can see that you get a lot of volume here. Then once I have that where I want it, I'm just going to continue on and braid another couple of inches. And I just do this in steps. I do about 4 inches at a time, and then I pull it apart. It doesn't really take very long to do this, and it gets a whole lot more volume and drama in your hairstyle. So now I'm just going to do one more section of braid, and once I've done that, I'm going to pull it apart and then secure everything with an elastic. Then this braid is done and we're ready to move on to the next side. For the second braid, you're just going to repeat the exact same thing that we did for the first. So it's really nice because you're just making 2 pigtail braids, and once again, you can do any braid that you prefer for this. So you can do a normal braid for sure if that's what you're more comfortable with. This is really great for braiding novices because you can just do a normal braid and it will work out just fine for you. If you're not really sure how to pull a braid apart for more volume, I do have a video on that, which I will link in the description box for those of you guys that want to see it. So once you've got this braid done, then we are ready to move on to the next step. All you have left to do is pin the braids on top of your head. So I'm going to start with one side, and I'm holding the base and then bringing the tail over on top of my head. Then I'm just going to pin it in place as many times as I need to. And if you have this awkward little bagging area like I do, just grab it and then pull it back so that it rests against your head. Once you have it resting against your head, just use as many bobby pins as you need to hold that in place. And that little baggy area is gone forever. Now you're going to take the other side and make sure that it goes over top of the end of your first braid. Then tuck the end of this braid underneath the first one, and you're good to go. You can just go ahead and pin everything in place, and you are done with pinning your braids. Now this last step is optional, but I always like to do it. I take little tiny pieces from around my face and wrap just the top of them around the iron. So I'm wrapping it and leaving a little bit of the ends free, and then when I take it off the iron, I give it a little tug to loosen the curl up and move it out of the way. And I do that until all the hair is curled. And I try to curl every piece of hair a little bit differently so that they all hang separately and it ends up looking a little better. Then once they're all done, I just run my fingers through it and it's over. So that's all you really need, is just basically curl the front really, really messily in little pieces, and it will look awesome. And then once you've done all of that, this step is complete as well. So that is it for my queen braid tutorial. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and I definitely hope that you try it out because it is a lifesaver on days where you just want your hair up, you don't want to do like a full-on updo. It's perfect. So I hope you try it out, and if you do, send me pictures with the hashtag KayleyMelissa. I'll be sure to like or comment on them when I see them. And that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye!